Art and soul, art, soul, art and soul, art, yeah, soul, art and soul, art, soul, art and soul.
Africa is home to some of the most vibrant creative projects when it comes to the theatre arts. Ghana is also home to some of the world's theatrical pioneers, such as Efua Sutherland and Ama Ata Edu. It's only right when exploring theatre right here in Ghana that we visit none other than James Ebo White, also known as Uncle Ebo White, renowned playwright and storyteller. This is Art and Soul. Let's go.
Soul, art and soul.
Mori, find Antina.
Of our wedding, Tony, you were busily making your ex pregnant.
As for this one, I'm not guilty. It wasn't 1 hour, it was 2 hours.
Tony, are you saying that you're not aware of what Bishop has done for us?
Remembrance me.
Yeah, this one is for China. Speaking China. The right cat.
Soul, art and soul.
I am very excited today because we are going to be talking and discussing theatre in the arts, something that I hold very dear to me and my childhood memories. And I am so privileged and honored to sit here with the one and only renowned storyteller and playwright known as Uncle Ebo White, Mr. James Ebo White, but we call him Uncle. He's everyone's favorite playwright and storyteller, and we're going to have an amazing conversation. You're going to find out some things that you probably don't know already about him, and also Roverman Productions. He is the CEO of Roverman Productions. He puts on phenomenal plays and productions that has really crossed boundaries and borders and regions, if we can be quite frank. Uncle Ebo White.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good. And I was peeping at your shoes, so I want to know if you have a shoe fetish.
No, unfortunately, I like to dress well, generally.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I have any fetish with shoes. Because, you see, I didn't wear shoes till I finished elementary school. And we were all barefooted in school, so you didn't stand out. You didn't think you were missing anything. You walked to school. These days, if your parents don't have a car, it is difficult to go to certain schools.
Right. Do you think that we, sometimes when maybe growing up we didn't have something, do you think as adults, when we start making some money or exposed, do you think we overcompensate for what we didn't have growing up?
The poor people do. I've realized that there is something about poverty that makes you want to hate anything that smells poverty as much as possible. And that is where you become a terror to yourself.
Okay.
The people who march to schools and warn teachers never to touch their children, these are not people from rich homes. They become rich. They think they own the world, so they do not understand that children are not raised by one person, but by a whole community of people. So, yes, you could overcompensate, but the clever ones ensure that their wealth does not destroy their children, because it can't destroy your children. It can take away their zest for life. It can take away their sense of adventure and sense of accomplishment. If your parents have accomplished everything for you, house, car, everything, you didn't even have to apply for a job. You came to work in the family business. What do you call your own? Do you understand me? Meanwhile, you want something you can say, this is mine. And so what you realize is that the children of very rich parents, whose parents have not been wise in shielding them from the effects of the world, tend to have very risky life styles. So when they are driving, they are much more risky. They will go for all kinds of risky behavior because they want to feel, yeah, I'm in charge.
Right.
Yeah, instead of I dare not open my mouth
Right.
before my dad.
Do you think that can breed disrespect within our culture?
It doesn't. Okay, it breeds disrespect when they are dealing with third people, third parties. But about themselves, it makes them feel inadequate. So they hide behind the toys their parents afford them to now look down upon everybody else because they feel bad about themselves because they don't have the accomplishment. So they will show you what the latest phone they have and how much it costs, you know, and make you feel bad that you don't have the latest phone. Meanwhile, the two phones are doing the same thing.
Right.
You understand me? They would like to brag about the car they are driving, which you can afford to buy, and make you feel that you are nothing because you can't afford that car. And all this time, it is up to the pain of their own lives, realizing that I have nothing left to conquer. The old man, the old lady have reduced me to just an insignificant person.
Wow.
And they don't like that.
Wow, that sounds like a truth a lot of people may not like to face.
But we see the evidence of it every time, all around us. Children from rich homes who get into trouble and their parents are confused. We do everything for him. We give him everything. Why would he do this? He needed a sense of accomplishment. You know, it is interesting that Bill Gates is on record for saying that he will not leave his wealth for his children. Because he said it will destroy them. Why is he saying that? Because of some of these things I'm sharing with you. Money, wealth that children haven't fought for, worked for, spoils them. And one of my friends who is raising some fantastic children, the children came home one day and they were making some noise and they were talking about how wealthy they were. And I said, no, don't get it wrong. Your parents are wealthy. You are as broke as hell, so don't come throwing your weight around. Your parents are wealthy.
But
Not you. No, you are broke. And let's get it straight. And I think it got into the minds of the children. They realized, okay, let's get the right perspective here.
Can we talk about home? Where home is for you?
Home is wherever my wife is. Wherever I am with my wife, that is home. That is my concept of home, even though I know that for many people, home is where their parents are, even when they are adults, or where they were raised, and they will talk about where our roots are. The human being does not have roots. Wherever you are, you develop roots there, and then you move. That's why we are human beings. You know, there's this local saying that, a dime to start Dakar, and come immediate to coin.
What does that mean?
If a house was like a box, then I could travel with my house, as with my box. Nimpa, the human being is not a dime, and it's not a Dakar. So wherever I go with my personality. And wherever I go, I must live fully within that environment. That means embracing that environment and bringing wherever I'm coming with me, but embrace that situation that I find myself. Mel, there is a sad thing that happens. Ghanaians travel to the US, live there, and they insist on eating Kobe and ampesi. What are we eating here? So what's the difference between you and your cousins who never left the village? The joy of traveling is experiencing other cultures. That's how you become big. That's how you become exposed. That's how you become sophisticated and cultured. So that you know how to handle spaghetti. And you don't eat spaghetti by cutting it. You know, you roll it with a fork and things like that. You experience some other things and not go travel from Ghana and insist that I must have fufu. No, when you come to Ghana, you can have all the fufu you want. You can have all the MPC you want. But over there, what do they have? Once you've gotten there, you're a human being. Experience that. Experience it. Add it to all you have. So you must be accumulating experiences as you go. Wherever you go, assimilate. Take in everything that is there. The good, keep. The one that don't work, throw away, but move on. And that is how we grow. So home is wherever me and my wife are. Whether it's in the car, on a journey, in a hotel, that becomes home. Because the most important person in my life is with me. The most important person in my life. The person I will discuss my life and the most important aspects of my life is with me. So it's like you taking, it's interesting. It's like you taking your laptop with you. Then where's office? Office is wherever you find yourself with your laptop. Everything you need to work is right there. So somebody calls you mail. Oh, let me send you a mail right now. You know, you don't say, oh, let me come to the office. You go on there. Or somebody calls you and says, Mel, I sent you a mail. Oh, okay. Give me a moment. Let me check. Right. So you're either doing it on your phone or on your laptop. So in the modern sense, because of technology now, we can all say that my office is wherever I find myself with either my mobile phone or my laptop. And I have an internet connection. I'm in business. And so in marriage, that is it. Wherever you and your spouse find yourselves, that's home.
Now, for those who may not be, well, you are a counselor.
I was.
You were a counselor.
Yes.
This is all life and part of our culture. I'm going to pick a word you used.
Okay.
You used modern. So let's just piggyback off that. Ghana is becoming more and more modernized.
Yes.
Definitely.
Reluctantly.
Reluctantly. Are we resisting it?
We are.
We are.
Under the excuse of, our culture. We have our culture to protect. We have our culture to protect. No. Some aspects of our culture can actually imprison us and limit us. And some aspects of our culture are meant to be jettisoned as we move on. Because the cultural practices have been evolved based on our understanding of nature and the environment. As you gain more knowledge, those practices must change. Do you understand? So, at a certain point, our ancestors thought that where rain falls depends upon our sacrificing to the gods. Now we know, no, the rainfall depends on the ecology, on the environment, and keeping the environment right. So we no longer go to sacrifice for harvest. We know what to do to get the harvest. So we are resisting it. We're hiding behind culture. The unfortunate thing is that modern life being what it is, any society that does not match abreast with time is left behind. So behind. And when you are left behind, you become the victim of every interest. Because I can come and do anything and then go. I can come and rape your resources and go. I can come and dominate you and go. I can come and throw any peanuts at you and take whatever. Because I will make you poor. If you are not part of modernity, we will leave you out. Now you have to beg for crumbs when you could be sitting at the table. And Ghana is struggling very much. We are so unwilling. Your generation is embracing modernity. What was your grandmother's attitude to, for instance, the kind of music you were listening to?
I don't think my grandma was aware, but one thing I'll tell you, when I was a teenager, I said I wanted to get my eyebrow pierced. And she looked at me, and my grandma was European, mixed European and part Togolese. But she grew up in the UK. She looked at me and said, I will deny you. Yeah, and I took it like that. I was like, oh, grandma. And she looked, her facial expression didn't change. She's like,
I'm not joking.
Yeah, and I knew, and I said, oh. So in my mind, I made up my mind that I will wait. But I never did. I mean, I grew out of it. But she did not change her facial expressions. She said, I will deny you.
I will deny you.
And to me, that was...
She felt that strongly about it.
Absolutely.
Something you took as normal, as ordinary. So if you can take your grandmother with all the exposure feeling that way, imagine a grandmother in a Ghanaian village. That's a whole different ballgame altogether.
Right. Well, speaking of modernized, so this present day, this current year, looking back, how have you managed to adapt? When you started your journey, did you feel like you were being pushed to go a certain direction? Were people imposing what they wanted to come out of you and your productions and who you are?
The fortunate thing for me is that I didn't come from a good home.
You said fortunate?
Yes,
okay.
That's the fortunate thing.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why it is fortunate. When you come from a good home, your life is planned for you. There are people who are invested in your life. They know where they want you to go. They hold you accountable. When you are raised, you grow up in a bad home, and nobody really is holding you to account. One is that, of course, the chances for you to mess up is higher. But then nobody also has the time to tell you what to do with your life. Nobody's interested.
They're distracted.
Nobody's interested. So whatever you want to do. So depending on the influences in your life, you either turn out okay or you turn out very bad. When you turn out okay, you turn out very okay. When you turn out very bad, you turn out very bad. Because there was nothing to call you to other. Nobody to say, hey, Mel, where are you? It's 10, where are you? Or next day, knock at your door. Mel, when did you come in last night? Nobody has that interest when you come from a bad home. Even if you don't come and sleep home. Mel, why? Oh, okay. Okay. Mel, dear. It's over. Finished. So because of that, I had the opportunity to try my hands at a lot of things. I have been fortunate, though, because I picked role models. And I picked role models from the Bible. So I picked Joseph, I picked Daniel, I picked David. And these, I tried to fashion my life after them. And so because of them, I think I was saved from a lot of the pitfalls and a lot of the dangers of living a life where nobody was responsible for you. When I went to the university, I had only one family member come to visit once in all the years I was at the university. People didn't even know. They didn't know I was at the university. They didn't care. It is only now that because thanks to people like you, people see me on screen, then they see the name. Okay, now then they are beginning to trace you, and so out of a sudden you get a call out of the blue. Oh, hello, Wafa, you are my uncle. Do you know Auntie so and so and so and so and so? Oh, I am this. So that's what I mean by fortunately I grew up in a bad home. Control was non-existent. So I have been permitted to do whatever I wanted to do with my life. And fortunately, I was saved also by the books I read. I realized that because I took to reading, I was mentored by people I would never meet. And that's the beauty of reading. So you read an autobiography, you'll pick some lessons there. You listen to somebody's documentary, and then you pick some lessons there. And by and by, you begin to make the right thing. Then you begin to learn that, life is about passion, following your passion. What am I passionate about? I'm passionate about theater. Okay, how am I going to make that one into a business? And that took the best of 8 years of thinking about that. How am I going to turn my passion into a business? And the result is Roverman.
You know, and I think this is a perfect place, actually, because we have so much more to talk about.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. We're hanging out, talking, enjoying Uncle Ebel White, Mr. James Ebel White of Roverman Productions. So much wisdom, so much truth. And we're actually going to talk about the production side, the business side, Roverman Productions. And if you haven't seen any of his productions, I don't know what you've been doing, but we're going to be checking all that out and more. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss anything when we come back. This is Arts and Soul. We'll be right back.
Art and soul, art, soul, art and soul, art, yeah, soul, art and soul, art, soul, art and soul.
Spend 30 minutes every weekday catching up with all the trending social media conversations of the day. If you tweet it, we'll read it. We might just even Skype you. 30 minutes is all it takes, so use the hashtag 30minutes on social media to catch our attention. Join the most interactive social media TV show weekdays at 5 p.m. only on City TV.
Art and soul, art, soul, art and soul, art, yeah, soul, art and soul, art, soul, art and soul.
Welcome back. You are tuned into Arts and Soul with myself, Melissa Awad, and we are still talking with, well, I'm still talking with Uncle Ebel White. I'm having such a great conversation. I'm learning a lot. I hope you are too. We're learning about the uncle, our uncle, some things we haven't heard before, his personal life, his personal story, the man behind Roverman Productions and many, many screenplays, and the storytelling that has traveled around. He's renowned, guys. Like, I don't know what you're doing at home if you haven't seen his productions. I don't know what's happening. But Uncle, can we continue the conversation?
Yeah, let's please.
You know, I'm somewhat, someone would say young. You know, I have some energy and whatnot, and I get tired easily. I get tired. So when you see younger people come to you and you say, you ask them, oh, how's your day? And they say, oh, Uncle, I'm well, but I'm tired. Do you look at them like, of what?
No.
You don't?
No.
Because I get that responses from some of my aunties and uncles.
One of the things I have not lost is my memory of what it was to be young. Yes, you have a lot of energy, but you're also being, even that emotional, your mental processes, the things you're talking about, the dreams that you're thinking about, your plans and things like that. You can sit in your home and just plan. And so how's my life going? What do I want to do? Should I do this? Should I do that? And that alone can tire you. Just that process. So when somebody says, but what have you done? You are tired. What have you done? No, I have been busy in my mind. And that is tiring. It's more tiring than the physical work. And so, no, I would not, that question never arises for me.
Let's take it to the culture we're in. We're in the Ghanaian culture. A lot of kids grow up with their parents wanting them to take upon a certain profession, be it a doctor, a lawyer. And a lot of them do. They get that degree, the PhD, which is wonderful, but they're not happy. This has been happening for years, my mom's generation and so forth. Do you think it's wrong?
Yes and no.
Okay.
We must understand where they were coming from. They came from the point of good intentions. They came, Mel, we all give people the best of what we know and have. We can't give them what we don't have, no matter how well-meaning we are. So I have a child, and I want the child to have a good life. So in my environment, who are the ones I perceive as having good lives? Doctor, lawyer, engineer, chartered accountant. So my child should be one of them. Because I think my child deserves the best of life. And especially when I can afford to pay the school fees, then why not? So then the child comes and said, Daddy, I've decided to be an actor. And so did what's an actor? Then immediately I'm looking around in the environment. Who are the actors I know? What kind of life do they have? So I go, no. My child can't be like that. So then I fight it. So I'm not fighting the child. I'm fighting what I perceive to be in the best interest of the child.
That's it for the first part of storytelling with Uncle Ebel White, but make sure you tune in next Saturday where we'll be taking a closer look at some of the actors and actresses at Roverman Productions. You don't want to miss it. This is Melissa Awad. This is Art and Soul. See you next time.
Art and soul, art, soul, art and soul, art, yeah, soul.